In this step, you are going to remove ingrained psychological obstacles that have been getting in the way of you growing in self-faith, esteem and confidence, and making you feel worthless and pathetic. So, now you are feeling less stressed over suicide, money and misery, and a bit less pathetic and worthless than before, I'll take you on a metaphorical trip of a lifetime to celebrate. You're going on a theme park ride of incredible proportions. To touch base with themes, very few theme parks in the West offer. They're called Aham Brahmasmi, Tatvam Asi, Sat Chit Ananda, Sankalpa, Shiva Shakti, Ritam. I was first introduced to them by my mother's maternal grandfather at 3 days old. We visited it every day after, apart from Sundays, until I was 3.5 years old, when he tried to drown himself, as my parents had arranged for me to begin attending a nursery school. So my father told me to forget about him and everywhere he had ever taken me and everything he had ever taught me, as he was a stupid, deaf, dumb, autistic, feral, pagan, shamanic idiot savant, he said. But I was then reintroduced to it at age 7.5 by an uncle who was an army padre in India during World War II. And by then, a born-again Christian, like my mum and dad, and a pastor of their church, and my dad gave him permission to take me there. I forgot all about that when I was 15 years old, as I drifted fast into a fog of amnesias after a head injury. It came flooding back to me in hypnoregression 35 years later after a nervous breakdown. However, that's when I found I had autism and Asperger's syndrome, so I didn't have much time to think about my past, but had to focus on my future. I returned to the theme parks at 65 years of age, as if they were long-lost friends. I read about them in the book I'm going to tell you about. It's the Spontaneous Fulfillment of Desire by Deepak Chopra. Get it, read it, practice it. It will transform you if you let it. My number one guru, Brian Johnson, who is the chief philosopher of Theos Academy of Optimum Living, says it is a fantastic, wisdom-packed, quick-to-read book, and is about appreciating coincidences and connecting into the underlying field of infinite possibilities beneath it. He cites the following extracts from it, starting with, through synchrodestiny, you can finally become the person the universe intended you to be. As powerful as desire, as creative as spirit, all it takes is an eagerness to join the cosmic dance and a willingness to seek the miracles of the soul. Then, under a subheading, live from the soul, he cites, if we could learn to live from the soul, we would see that the best, most luminous part of ourselves is connected to all the rhythms of the universe. We would truly know ourselves as the miracle makers we are capable of being. We would lose fear and longing and hatred and anxiety and hesitation. Living from the level of the soul means diving past the ego, past the limitations of the mind that harness us to events and outcomes in the physical world. Next, under the subheading, the power of intention, he cites, everything that happens in the universe starts with intention. Intention is the very basis of creation. You are what your deepest desire is. As is your desire, so is your intention. As is your intention, so is your will. As is your will, so is your deed. As is your deed, so is your desire. That's from an ancient text. That's critical path analysis at its most fundamental form. He goes on to say you must learn to dream the impossible. Only with repeated thoughts can the impossible be made possible. That's what we're going to do. Then under the subheading, lose your fear. People who understand the true nature of reality, those who some traditions call enlightened, lose all sense of fear or concern. You know, we're into quantum mechanics and quantum physics there. Brian Johnson chips in, being overwhelmed by these fears is a certain way to a lifetime of regret, but it's hard to prevent. He goes to add, Ralph Waldo Emerson says, God will not have his work made manifest by cowards. And the Roosevelts say, the only thing to fear is fear itself. Next, in the context of intention and service, he cites the book again. When the intention of the non-local mind is served by the local mind, it is more holistic and therefore more effective. For every intention, we may well ask, how could this serve me and how would it serve everybody I come into contact with? And he says, Viktor Frankl says, don't aim at success, for success cannot be pursued. You have to let it happen by not caring about it. Success will follow you precisely because you had forgotten to think about it. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Then we come to the subheading, hindsight and great truths. And here's what Chopra says. If we were able to live the level of the soul all the time, there would be no need for hindsight to appreciate the great truths of life. Brian quotes Ralph Waldo Emerson. The voyage of the best ship is a zigzag line of 100 tacks. And Tony Robbins, 10 years from now, you laugh at what's stressing you out today, so why not laugh now? And he chips in, do you think you'll still be stressed about what's stressing you now in 10 years' time? Right, so then under the subheading, conspiracy theories, he cites, as Chopra says, the ultimate truth of synchronicity is the universe is conspiring to create your personal destiny. We cannot even imagine the complex forces behind every event that occurs in our lives. There's a conspiracy of coincidences that weave the web of karma or destiny and creates an individual's personal life. Brian's comment about this is never doubt the conspiracy, we're going to help you get it. And we look at the heading, Coincidences and Destinies, where Chopra says, when a coincidence arises, don't ignore it. Ask yourself, what is the message here? What is the significance? We constantly participate in the creation of our lives by understanding the world that is beyond our senses, the world of the soul. As we ask and answer the questions, what is the message here? What is the significance? We gain a deeper sense of pragmatic self-awareness and knowledge. Brian says, you will align with a force so much bigger than you and dance with your soul. Then under the subheading, Light and Dark, Chopra says, the most enlightened people in the world embrace their full potential of light and dark. When you are with people who recognize and own their own negative qualities, you never feel judged by them. It's only when people see good and bad, right and wrong as qualities outside themselves that judgments occur. Brian advises the bottom line is embrace your light and dark. That's where you accept these qualities in others and also in yourself. What bugs you about them bugs you about you. And finally, under the subheading, why are you here? He cites, Brian cites Chopra saying, you will begin to see your life as an opportunity to share the special gift you alone can bestow upon the world. I know all about this. And Brian recommends this. Ask yourself that. Why am I here? Write down what comes to mind. Do it again. Doesn't need to be complete sentences. Just write what comes to mind. Do this 20 times. Check your responses. See the patterns? Now, what then are your gifts? How are you giving them to the world? So, now we come to the theme box. Yeah. This one is Aham Brahmasmi. Bear with me, okay? Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it to the count of 5. Breathe it out slowly through your lips. And feel your body and mind relax. The whole universe is acting in you. You are connecting all of existence. You are the light of the universe. You are a strand of all of everything. You are infinite and eternal. And then this one is Tattvam, a sea. Do the breathing exercise again. You fill everyone and everything. Everyone and everything reflects you. The entire universe is a reflection of you. You see what others see. You feel what others feel. You are what you admire in others, and others reflect your cherished qualities. The universe is a mirror of you. Now we come to Sat Chit Ananda. Do the breathing exercise again. You are centered and at peace. Criticism doesn't bother you. You like journeys, not destinations. An ocean of calm lives inside you. You love everything and everybody. You always have the right answer. You always know what to do. Now it's the turn of Sankalpa. Do the breathing exercise again. You orchestrate universal music. You heal those who are not well. You bring joy to the miserable. You bring success to the failures. You bring strength to the weak. You bring hope to the helpless. You make sunshine and rainbows. What you do benefits the world. Now for moksha. Do the breathing exercise again. You have no anger or resentment. You are free of blame and guilt. You choose any emotion you want. You set any goal you desire. You have no habitual behavior. You never participate in gossip. You see all infinite possibilities. Now Shiva Shakti. Do the breathing exercise again. You are strong and courageous. You are beautiful and alluring. You can be stable or flexible. You are enlightened and loving. You can take any form. You can be real or mythical. You can be any hero or heroine. Now finally, this is return. Do the breathing exercise again. One. You and the universe are one. What you seek, the universe gives. Your dreams connect your reality. You contribute conscious creation. You utilize beneficial coincidences. You see meaning in events. Thank you. Thank you for listening. See you again soon.